poppin'? Hey guys, what's hip and happening in your lives? I'm chilling at home, being sad, and you know what's the best thing to do when you're sad, besides taking 5 depression naps in a row, is watching television. Oh wow, relatable comedy. I'm so funny! So, one of my favorite shows as of late is The Office. I made a video on this a while back, but back then I was only on maybe season 4. Now I've finished the show, all 9 seasons, and it's so good. It's so good. So, I thought this week I would bring you guys 10 reasons why every person should watch The Office. Let's go. Number 10. One-liners. I talked a bit about this in my last video, but The Office has some of the best one-liners in any show ever. Episode after episode, The Office just delivers such good one-liners. It's... Number 9. Going along with the last one, quotes. The one-liners and just every line of dialogue in the show is just so quotable. It's something me and my friends do constantly. Sometimes I'm in science class and my friend will just turn to me and go, "Being friends with Toby is like trying to be friends with an evil snail." Everything about this show is just so quotable. The lines of dialogue are just, it's well written. Number 8. Going along with how well written the show is, let's talk about the characters. There is a character for absolutely everyone in this show. All of the characters feel so real. Each character has a very unique set personality, but every character in this show is so good, and seeing the way that they interact with each other is just so natural and so good, and then they feel so real to you. And then when the show ends, you cry for 5 hours because you've just witnessed your children grow up for 9 seasons. Anyway, number 7. Development. The development of characters over the course of the show is just seeing my babies grow up. They grow up so fast. They grow... I think the majority of the characters in this show have great arcs over the 9 seasons, but the character development in this show is just... Number 6. The journey. Having the show be 9 seasons long is just, it's perfect. You grow so emotionally attached to the characters. Just watching them all grow up and seeing where they all end up after 9 seasons of watching their lives, and it's really like this show. Really like it. Number 5, emotions. I can name at least 3 episodes where I cried actual tears. I'm the kind of person where I say, oh my gosh, I cried so much at that part. But the amount of times where I actually physically cried is not very high. I cried at the end of To Kill a Mockingbird. That's about it. The Office, during 3 episodes, made me cry actual tears for 5 minutes straight for each individual episode. Goodbye, Michael, assistant to the regional manager, and finale. The emotions in this show, actual sobs. It's a good show. Number 4, going along with emotions, is relationships. Oh, everyone knows America's hit couple, Jimothy and Pam. Jim and Pam, and I that's the main relationship, so obviously that's what I'm gonna talk about. But just, Michael's got a lot of failed relationships, but Michael and Holly are just my heart. So I love the relationships in this show. Number 3, the openings. Sometimes the openings of the episodes will have nothing to do with the rest of the episode, but I think those are some of the best ones. Personally, my favorite opening is when Stanley doesn't realize that he just drank Jim's orange juice rather than his hot coffee, and then they just try to see how ridiculous they can get to the point where Stanley still won't notice it. That by far is one of my favorite openings. Number 2, everything about this show is literally so iconic. And personally, since everyone knows that I'm an icon, I love this show. I'm iconic, it's iconic, we're like the real OG iconic couple. And finally, the number 1 reason you should watch this show is because you should please watch it. So good. Real tears. Ah.